I was thinking back the other day to when I was working at the Cracker Barrel and I was delivering pizzas. And I remember just how miserable I was. I hated my job, I wasn't making much money. You know, I still remember sometimes just sitting in the parking lot for 30, 45 minutes at the Cracker Barrel. I had my little apron on. I had 1 star. I had 1 star on my apron because, I don't know, I just hated the job, so I wasn't doing very well. But I remember thinking to myself, like, I gotta get out of this situation. How the heck am I gonna get out of this situation? How am I going to quit this job? How am I gonna build my business? And the simple fact is that it's a process. It's a process quitting your job. It's a process finding your opportunity. And once you figure out what that is, that might be drop shipping or wholesale or private label or selling books, or maybe it's starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is you're going through right now, realize you're on this journey. And it's kind of hard to realize the journey that you're on when you're on it, but looking back, you know, I'm thinking back now to 5, 6, 7 years ago, finally like spending that time to like look on YouTube and finally say to myself that I can't take this anymore. I gotta find a way to make money. You know, I was flipping silver coins on eBay, and I started flipping bicycles and clothing. That whole process of trying to figure out where I wanted to go and then actually doing it, that was step 1 of the process. That was step 1 of the journey. And I don't know where you are right now in the journey. That might be the research phase. You might be looking at all the different opportunities. Or maybe you're experimenting with drop shipping and wholesale and retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, and that's cool. Don't compare yourself to myself or others that you see online, any of the gurus, any of your friends. It doesn't matter, because your journey is unique to you. You gotta figure out where it is that you wanna go, and you just gotta take that first step, because once you take that first step, that next stepping stone is gonna appear, and then that next stepping stone is going to appear. I never thought I was gonna go from the Cracker Barrel to flipping bicycles, and then flipping bicycles to selling clothing full time, and then going from clothing to books, and then building a Kindle publishing business and documenting my whole entire journey on YouTube, and now I'm doing affiliate marketing and reselling and product launches and all these different things. Who could have ever predicted that? Where you are on your journey today is so special. If you're in step 1 of the process of trying to figure out what it is you want to do, that's amazing. Give 100%. Figure out what it is you want to do. What business model? Is it private label? Is it drop shipping? Is it reselling? Give 100% to that. And then once you figure that out, now dive 100% into that business model. Network, learn from other people, make mistakes, go at it. Do whatever you can to invest in yourself, educate, learn, attend webinars, watch for YouTube videos, dive into the Facebook groups. Where you are right now is part of the process. Nobody ever starts a business, nobody ever starts a business and just gets freaking rich right off the bat. There's ups and downs, and we all have our successes and our failures, and the people who are most successful, they keep pushing. Each and every successful reseller that you watch, and anyone successful really in any area, it could be health, fitness, any area of life, the people that are most successful typically fail the most. And what I said to her was, I said, you know what? I challenge you to fail as much as you possibly can over the next 30 days. And that's the fastest way to have success. Courses are great, watching YouTube videos, you know, engaging in Facebook groups and reading these, you know, the great comments that we get in these YouTube videos. It's amazing, but nothing's gonna beat that experience of actually just going out there and figuring out what works and what doesn't. There's a huge difference between, you know, being a practitioner and actually sinking your teeth into something and experiencing it versus just watching and passively sitting on the sideline. We've got to stop comparing ourselves to others and other people's results, and we need to really learn to disattach ourselves from the outcome and really immerse ourselves in the process. Let's start listing some items around the house. I challenge you to go around your house and find your first 5 items to list on eBay. And don't worry if you can't figure out the best keywords. And don't worry if you don't have a photography cube or, you know, photography lights or the best camera, or you have a crappy 2008 smartphone, whatever, and the pictures aren't the greatest. Don't worry if you don't price things accordingly. Don't worry if you list things that they don't sell. It's all about the learning experience. I challenge you to go out there and fail as much as you can the first 30 days. Now, like I'm gonna say right now, be smart about it. Don't go out and spend thousands of dollars. That's why I'm saying start finding items around your house and listing them up. But we can't let our fear stop us from having success. We've gotta immerse ourselves in the process. We've gotta take that first step. And the beautiful thing is Even when you make mistakes, when you learn from a mistake, and then you say to yourself, oh, okay, next time I'm gonna ship this way, or next time I'm gonna list this way, or next time I'm gonna avoid that brand, and then you make the right decision, it feels phenomenal. Then you can pass that information on to other people as well and help them learn. So fail. Don't be scared to make a mistake. We all did. On the other side of fear, on the other side of challenge, on the other side of the unknown, that's where all the good stuff lies. That's where the freedom is. That's where the success is. That's where that good feeling, that's where it's hanging out. It's hanging out on the other side of fear. So if you're sitting on the sideline and you're worried, you're saying to yourself, I'm gonna lose money, I'm gonna make a mistake, I'm gonna screw up. First thing you gotta do is change your psychology. A lot of people think that the strategy is the most important thing. The strategy of selling clothing on eBay or books on Amazon or wholesale or private label. Success doesn't lie within the strategy. Success typically lies within the psychology. It's how you think. Do you have positive self-talk? If you're saying to yourself, I'm gonna screw up, I'm gonna mess up, I'm not good enough, I always screw everything up in the past, I always quit everything, I always fail, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this, I'm not as smart as Rally Roots, I'm not as smart as Bonafide, I'm not as smart as Raiken, or I don't have the drive that Raiken has, or whatever the excuse is, you already lost the game. So at that point, I would really start to work on your psychology. Get yourself in a morning routine, start working out, start talking to yourself more positive, start writing down on note cards. I'm a successful eBay seller. I made my first $100 on eBay this month. If I invest myself 100% and I take the time to study and learn and take action, I will always find a way to be successful. Start talking to yourself like that and you're gonna find success much quicker. I know what it's like to be sitting on the sideline. I know what it's like to be scared and terrified. And I grew up and I was a loser my whole life. I quit everything that I started. I was always trying to take the shortcuts. Right? I was hustling. That's what I got arrested for. I was hustling. I was selling weed and I got arrested. Always taking shortcuts in school, cheating, copying others on quizzes and tests. Always trying to, get the result without putting the work in. And the simple fact is, you got to put the work in. You got to face the fear. You're going to make mistakes. Nobody knows how this game is played of reselling. Doesn't matter what course you take, what video you watch. I don't care. It's your psychology. It's taking action. It's getting started. It's immersing yourself in the process. If you're struggling right now in your business, if you're having a hard time maintaining your health, if you're really not where you want to be, one of the best things that you can do is start to, one, get yourself around people who are on a whole nother level than you, and two, bring some accountability into your life. If you're hanging out with the wrong people, if you're hanging out with people who are complaining, if you're hanging out with people who, maybe they're working 9-to-5 jobs, which is perfectly fine, but you hate your job and you believe that the way to success is building your own business, the way to freedom is building your own business, but you're hanging around all these people who are working jobs and who believe that quitting your job is stupid, who believe building a business is too risky, who believe it takes too much capital, that you need to go to college, all these different limiting beliefs. If they all believe these things and you're hanging out with them all the time, you're gonna have a hard time, a really hard time, starting and succeeding in your own business. The same goes with if you wanna be healthy, if you wanna start running, if you wanna feel better about yourself, if you wanna stop gossiping. But you're hanging out with people who are eating junk food all the time, who are drinking all the time. If you're hanging out with people who are miserable and you want to be happy, you're going to have a hard time being successful. One of the key ingredients to changing your life is changing who you are. And one of the easiest ways to change who you are is to change who you associate yourself with. Hang out with people and associate with people who push you outside your comfort zone, who make you uncomfortable, who you see living and operating their life at a whole nother standard. And when you're with them, you get nervous, you get uncomfortable. Maybe you start to reflect and say to yourself, wow, I gotta change, I gotta do something different. Look at them saving money. Look at them investing in these businesses. Look at them hiring a team. Look at them putting their money and their time on the line to build something that isn't guaranteed. If you wanna change, you've got to change who you are as a person. You've got to change who you associate with, and you've got to start to put leverage on yourself. Get around people and start making these goals and start putting forth these statements with the people that you're around and say, you know what, I'm gonna start a business in the next 60 days. I'm gonna lose 15 pounds. I'm gonna show up to the gym 3 times this week. I'm gonna spend an hour studying the sold listings every single day. And you wanna know what, at the end of the week, I'm challenging myself. I'm gonna send you a list of all the brands that I learned. Start doing crazy things like that. If you wanna change your life, you've gotta change who you are as a person. You've gotta change what you're doing. You've gotta change who you associate yourself with. You've gotta change the way you're thinking. Start doing things that you've never done before. Start hanging out with people you've never hung out with before. Start modeling success. We are capable of so much more than we even know. But we've gotta be very aware of who we hang out with and who we spend time with and what we allow in our mind. Hanging around with people who are gossiping and who are full of limiting beliefs, we're gonna bring that on and we're gonna believe these things. Regardless if somebody's right or wrong, who we hang out with and the thoughts that we allow in our mind, that's gonna become our reality. Start choosing and selecting the people you hang out with more carefully now.